Hello everyone, we are going to solve thermodynamics questions of GATE 2012. First question is, how many boundary conditions are required to solve the following equation? Guys, this is the equation. So this is a second order differential equation. Right? So this temperature varies with this radius r, and you can see here there is also a term where temperature varies with your time. Okay guys, so for this it is being a second order differential equation, so it will need two values of this. So there will be two boundary conditions related to r and one boundary condition for time. Okay, so that's why the answer will be option C, that we need two in r direction and one for time. Okay, next, when a zinc metal is immersed in dilute hydrochloric acid, it results in. So when a zinc metal like zinc we are putting in dilute hydrochloric acid, so it contains HCl, right? So when it reacts, and since it is a concentrated one, so this will be present in ions, right? So basically what happens is Zn reacts with Cl, and the hydrogen which is there, it releases, right? So it produces ZnCl2 because Zn has 2 plus charge. Okay guys, so these are the two products. So here it is given evolution of hydrogen, evolution of chlorine, evolution of oxygen, no evolution of any gas. So here evolution of hydrogen takes place. Okay everyone, now let us move to question 7. A fluid is flowing with a velocity of 0.5 meter per second on a plane moving with a velocity of 0.01 meter per second in that same direction. So it is moving on a certain plane. This is a plane which is moving with velocity 0.01 meter per second. Okay guys, so a fluid is flowing. So here on this a fluid is also flowing in the same direction. The direction of motion is same. The velocity at the interface of the fluid and plate is. So what is the intercept? It is fluid and the plate, right? So this is the intercept. So all the fluid which is in direct contact with this surface, so will have the same velocity which the surface has. So since this surface has a velocity of 0.01, so this will be the velocity of the interface, right, at the interface. So option B will be the correct one. Hot metal at 1700 K is poured in a sand mold that is open at the top. Heat loss from the liquid metal takes place by, in a sand mold. Suppose this is a sand mold. Okay guys, and we are putting hot metal. So we are putting hot metal, right? Suppose this is your hot metal which we are putting, right? So what are the different types of heat losses which takes place? So guys, suppose this comes here, right, and it goes to the bottom and covers this surface, right? So it is getting contact with this surface, right? So here this is in contact with a solid surface, so that will be that will conduct heat using this conduction. Okay guys, now this liquid is in contact with the air also, and this liquid is in moving condition, right? So there will be one more heat of transfer, that will be your convection. Another mode of heat transfer, that will be convection, right? And since it is at high temperature, that is temperature T, so this temperature it will take place radiation also, right? Okay, so all the three modes of heat transfer which takes place, which we generally know, so all it is going to happen in this case. Okay, so conduction through the mold wall, convection through this air, okay, and radiation because of this temperature. Okay, so option D will be the correct one. Next, which one of the following is an equilibrium defect? A vacancy, dislocation, stacking, false green boundary. So guys, always remember that vacancies are the only one which are stable, or you can say these are equilibrium defects, means at certain temperature this exists such that it decreases the overall gives free energy and becomes stable, right? The presence of dislocations, stacking faults, grain boundaries, right? These are not equilibrium one. Okay. Next, consider a reaction with activation energy of 8.314 kilojoule per mole that takes place at 300 Kelvin. If the reaction rate is to be triple, the temperature of the reaction should be, okay, right? For a reaction, we know the equation that rate constant is equal to some constant A e to the power minus E upon RT, right? This is the equation which we have. So K is your rate constant. Okay everyone, so this K, right? So at 300 Kelvin, what is the E value? That is the activation energy. We have 8.314. Okay, so if the reaction rate is to be triple, the temperature of the reaction should be, right? So we want that this reaction rate should be triple. So how much amount of temperature should I add over there? Means what is the final temperature that should be such that the reaction is going to be triple. The next equation will write like 3K is equal to A e to the power minus E by R. Here I will write T2. Initially we have T1, right? So now what we'll do, we'll just divide these two. So it will be 1 by 3 is equal to e to the power minus E by R, 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Okay, so now we can write it as 3 is equal to e to the power E by R 1 by 300 minus 1 by T2. So E and R also we can change, right? So E is 8.314, and guys we know this R value is also 8.314, right? So now let us take ln on both sides. So it will be ln 3 is equal to 1 by 300 minus 1 by T2. So 1 by T2 will be equal to 1 by 300 minus ln 3. Okay, there is one mistake which I did. So it was 8.314 kilojoule, right? So it was kilo, so it will be multiplied by your 1000 also, right? So this is a mistake which I have done. So I multiplied by 1000. So this will be multiplied by your 1000. So it will be by 1000. Okay guys, yeah. So 1 by T2 will be equal to 2.234 into 10 power minus 3. I have done the calculation. So this T2 will be equal to 447 Kelvin, right? So this is approximately equal to option B. Guys, so you remember this is the mistake which I had done. So don't commit this type of mistake while writing the value. Next, a steel ball density, that is 7200 kg per meter cube, is placed in an upward moving liquid aluminum. Density is 2360 kg per meter cube. Viscosity is 1 into 10 power minus 3 Pascal second, and Reynolds number is equal to 5 into 10 power 5. The force exerted on the steel ball is expressed by F equal to F by R square rho aluminum into velocity square by 2. Okay, where F is the friction factor which has value 0.2, V is the velocity, and R is the radius of the steel ball. The force exerted on the steel ball is the first equation. It is asking to find what is the amount of force. So this is the expression for the force, and when we are going to find for the force, so we need values like F by R rho L V square by 2, right? So you can see the R value is not given, right? What is the radius of this steel ball? It is not given, right? But one thing it is given over here, and that is your Reynolds number, right? So guys, we know Reynolds number is equal to rho Vd by mu, means rho density velocity into diameter through which this liquid is flowing, right? By mu. So D will be here equal to the diameter of this solid particle, that is steel ball, right guys? So R is nothing but 5 into 10 power 5. So we can write as density. So what will be the density? It will be density of the fluid, right? So it is 2360 into velocity we need to find, and this D is equal to diameter. So can we write like 2R divided by mu, the viscosity, it will be 10 power minus 3. Okay guys, so now if you do this calculation, I have done the calculation, let me check. So it will be 0.211 is equal to V into 2R. So this implies V is equal to 0.211 by 2R. Okay, so from here we know this velocity term is related with this radius R, right? And now guys, if you see in the expression, it is V square, and V square if you find, so it will be something upon R square, and for this complete expression we already have R square, so these two will be cancelled. So that's why they have not given this radius value. So this is a tricky question where they are making you to think that yes, if we don't give you value, then can you apply your brain and find the solution? So yes, we can, right? So this implies F we need to find, right? So this implies F equal to small f by R square rho Al V square by 2. So small f is equal to 0.2 into 3.14 into R square. So let it be R square rho Al. So it is 2360 into velocity. So velocity will be 0.211 by 2R whole square, okay, and divided by 2. So this is the thing. So this R and R square will be cancelled, right? So now guys, if you find the F value, then it will come around 8.247 Newton. Okay, so all are in standard unit. So this corresponds to option, it is close to option A, right? So this will be option A here, right, for 48. Now for 49, you see the terminal velocity of a fine spherical steel particle having diameter in micrometer range. Okay, so the diameter is dp. So we need to see here that the diameter which is given is your dp, right? This is your dp. And if allowed to fall in a quiescent liquid aluminum bath, right? So guys, this is a problem which is related to your Stokes law expression, and using that Stokes law we have to find the velocity, right? That is called the terminal velocity. Okay, so what is the concept which is here? For this we know a concept is there regarding this terminal velocity. Let's suppose there is a solid particle which is moving down. So while moving down, so there will be one kind of gravitational force that will equal to mg, and there will be buoyant force Fb, right? So that will be equal to mass of this liquid displaced into g, and there will be drag force which will again act in the upper direction, so Fd. So that is given by Stokes law like 6 pi eta Rv. Eta you can write as like mu, that is your viscosity. Okay, and v is your terminal velocity. So after this we find that vt, that is terminal velocity, is equal to 2 by 9 g r square rho of solid minus rho of liquid by mu. Here it is rho of solid minus rho of liquid, yes, because this density of your solid is greater, right? So this is what we get. It will be 2 by 9, g is 9.81 into r is will be dp by 2 whole square, right? Got diameter, it is the diameter of this ball is dp, right? So here 7200 minus 2360 by mu is how much? 1 into 10 power minus 3. Okay guys, so after this, now if you find this expression, then this will be corresponding to 2.6 into 10 power 6 dp square, and this is a velocity, so it will have unit meter per second because all the units are in a standard unit, right? Okay guys, so this is the value which the question was asked, right? Okay, so these were the questions related to thermodynamics, right? So now I want to thank you for watching this video. Hope this will help you for your GATE preparation.